It has gotten to that point in every book's life where you have to read the first draft. Hey, hi, hello, how are you? I'm Pia. Today I'm going to be reading the first draft of my manuscript that I wrote this summer. I wrote a book this summer. It's my second book. I'm currently querying my first book, but this book is a lot. I came into a lot of problems while writing it. I did not have a blast writing it, and I actually don't want to look at it. I really don't want to look at it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to think about it. Okay, friends. Hi. I am on chapter 2 of reading and taking notes, actually. And plot twist, don't hate this. I actually don't hate this at all. I'm really surprised. I'm really surprised because I feel like as I was writing, I was really concerned about my character. I'm sorry, I'm not crying, I just yawned. I was really concerned about like my characters' voices and stuff, not nailing them in the first few chapters, and like I just felt like I was still finding my feet. I feel like they're very solid. Like since it's dual perspective, the first chapter is the first character introduction and the second chapter is the second character's introduction, and I feel like they both very clearly establish like their motivations, their problems, like what's going to be kind of like accomplished in the book as far as like their personal journey goes. And I feel like they're both doing that pretty effectively. Like I'm not mad about it yet. I actually like don't have that many notes. Which I know there'll be more. It was a long book. I know there'll be more as I continue going through it. But as of right now, I'm like very pleasantly surprised, which is not a position I thought I would be in reading this. Yeah, I'm only on page 13, so you know. The fact that I have to put on like normal pants today is actually like so fucking upsetting. Hi friends, I am quite done up today. Meaning, I think I put on makeup yesterday. I am going to a concert later today, this evening, tonight, I don't know. And what was I gonna say about it? I feel like if you would watch the vlogs, you would think I go to concerts very often, and I don't really, but I kind of needed to go to a concert for my class. A band I liked happened to be in town, so I'm going today. But that also means not that I write at night ever. Not that I ever do any work at night. I am a morning afternoon work person. I'm not working during the evening hours. I don't. But that means I have to do some stuff today. You need to get cracking. It's 11 o'clock. So I got to chapter 6 yesterday. I definitely wasn't feeling the motivation to read a lot of this, but I am feeling motivated in the sense that like this is going better than I anticipated. And I also did decide to take that time that I wasn't reading and taking notes, revision notes. I took the time to watch a lot of writing vlogs and like writing videos that I literally haven't watched a writing video since I was writing over the summer. I just I've put all the authors on AuthorTube that I follow and subscribe to. I've just put all their videos in my watch later, and I've just been like, I'll get to it when I'm writing, because like I feel so guilty when I'm not writing, even though like I know like why I take breaks and stuff, and like I know that it works for me. I just can't when I'm not writing. So I'm very excited to be inspired again. I'm gonna do the timer method today, I think, kind of like I would do with writing, except doing like reading sprints, which you would think I would have thought of because I literally host reading sprints very frequently on this channel. Okay, so it has been a few weeks. It's been a couple weeks. Let me just make sure my closet door is open because my cat is in there and I need to make sure she doesn't get trapped. Basically, what has happened, it is November and I haven't done NaNoWriMo since high school, I think, and I wasn't really planning on doing NaNoWriMo in any full way, but I was just kind of taking November as starting my second draft, as the month to start my second draft, I guess. And I am not there yet. I have not finished my read through. I haven't touched, looked, pondered. I have thought about my book, but I haven't like done anything with my book since my last clip because I don't know why it was taking me so gosh darn long to like read this book and take notes on it, because it shouldn't take me that long. I'm on chapter 10, there are 33 chapters. I need to just read them all. And that's what we're gonna do today because I'm determined and I just need to get to a place where I start rewriting because I'm really excited to rewrite. I feel almost like a sense of freedom in this book because I think because I'm not at a place with my writing that like I'm contracted to do anything. Like I don't have to get anything done by a certain time. Like I can just take my sweet time with rewriting this book, and like no one needs to see it for any amount of time. Like I don't need to be happy with it right now. Like I'm gonna finish my read of this book today, and it's only 300 pages. Like I should be able to read it today and take my notes so that I can start my rewrite tomorrow. I'm very excited about the rewrite. Like I said, I don't feel any sort of pressure about this book, especially since like it's such an ambitious book in a lot of ways. Like it's definitely my most ambitious book that I've tried to write to date. I have many ideas that are far more ambitious, but currently this is very ambitious because it's dual POV. I've never done that. Well, if you've been here for a long time, you know that my first book was dual POV. That I don't really count as my first book because that was like epistolary, so it was different. It's my first like dual POV first person normal book. I don't know, it's the first book that counts to me. Over a longer period of time. I just don't count that first book I wrote. Like, I don't count that NaNoWriMo book at all. To me, it didn't happen, but like it did happen. Anyway, I'm getting really embarrassed about the fact that I ripped my pants, so I'm gonna go change and I'm gonna get back to reading my book and taking notes on it, and I will let you know if anything fun comes up. Something really funny happened in one of the chapters, but I just mentioned like Mariah Carey, and I was like, literally, where did this come from? But I love seeing how my mind works, like through reading this book. It's crazy, and the things I think are funny are just like, hee hee. Can you believe it? Oh my god, that took me, when did I start working on this? Noon? It's like 4:30. It took me 4.5 hours, but I read it all and I took my little notes, and I'm actually like quite happy. Like I'm quite happy with where it's at as a first draft. I noticed that there are gonna be 2 more chapters I have to add, so I'm gonna have to like first draft those in the rewrite, which will be fine because there are 2 chapters where my POV doesn't switch. So I was like, yeah, you one need to like flush out this plot line, and 2, don't do that. So that's gonna be fun for when I get to that. But yeah, I was really pleasantly surprised. There's a chapter that I hated writing. I absolutely detested writing it, and like you can go back to the blogs and see me writing it and me going like, I just need to write this and it's terrible and I hate it and like whatever. I don't hate it anymore. I don't actually hate it anymore. I think it can like use some reworking, but I don't hate it. And that's really exciting for me because I was like, I'm gonna have to scrap this entire chapter. I'm gonna completely have to change it. And I don't think I do. This is not a kill your darling situation. Like I think it works. So exciting for me. I have to say, there's like good chunks of like the end of the ending I think is really good. Like I really am happy with how it shakes out, and I didn't have any real like critiques about that. And then the end of the second act I also thought was working really well with like coming to the climax, like gearing up for that stuff. Genuinely so pleasantly surprised. Like I don't know what, it's confidence. It's really confidence, and like I'm hoping that I can find a way, especially in the second draft, to like find my confidence in my voice and in my writing, because that's something that I struggled with so much in this book. And I think that's something that came about because I am also querying my first book, and the longer it sits outside of my control and outside of my hands, the more I just kind of like ruminate on it. And I think that if I went back and read that, I would be like even more impressed because that's like a final draft and like final. That's like a completed draft and like manuscript. And I just like, I think I needed this. Like I needed this first draft to be good, and I'm so happy that it was. Well, it was good for a first draft. Like it was good for a first draft. It wasn't garbage. It wasn't like the worst thing I've ever written, which I felt like it was for some reason. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about the 4.5 hours I put into working on this today because I needed it. And that means I can start with rewriting chapter 1 tomorrow, which I'm so excited about. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to dive back into this. Like I'm so flippin' excited. Like I feel like I have such a good grasp on the things that need to be changed, and like I'm just so excited. Like I'm so excited to be writing again, and I missed it like heck. I was dreading it, but now I'm like reignited, inspired. I'm so excited. So that's the update. I took, let's see, this is my cute little notebook. Isn't that cute? 1, 2, 3, 4 pages of notes, and there are gonna be 2 more chapters. So that means there's gonna be 34 chapters and an epilogue. I think I'm just gonna go back to my notes that I had while I was writing about my second draft and like things I wanted to add, and add them to these notes, and just Or I could write them down somewhere. I don't know. I'm gonna think about it. How I wanna like organize my thoughts when I'm writing. I'll figure it out. Good morning, friends. It is the first day of draft 2, first day of the rewrite, and I am really excited. So I was looking through, I didn't do like any sort of writing vlogs while I was rewriting the first time and the second time for my last book. So let me know if you want to see those, which is kind of what I'm doing right now. Well, this is like a combined read through and rewrite vlog, but like, you want to see more of this draft 2 process, let a girl know. Yeah, I just did a writing update, which was interesting to me, but I think I was busy. I also rewatched my NaNoWriMo vlogs from NaNoWriMo 2019. I was like trying to remember the year. I was in high school and I wrote a book. You know, I was 17. So if you want to watch those, they're still on my channel. You know, bear with the quality of them because they're from 4 years ago, but I thought they were fun, so I watched those. Got me excited to write again, which is like so lovely, and that's like what I hope my writing vlogs do anyways. Yeah, so my goal is just a chapter today. Like I really I have to make a new doc, very exciting, for like the rewriting process, for the draft 2 and draft 3 process. It's not about word count anymore. It's not about like how fast I can put words to the page. It's really about the quality. It's really about the quality of the words and like whether or not I feel happy with them. So I don't really pay attention to word counts, but I do think that in general it takes me longer because I am being more conscious of what I'm writing. So I just think one chapter per like day is like a pretty good pace. I don't know, we'll see. Like we'll see how this book, I've said before, like was such a different like first drafting process for me. So I don't know if the second drafting process is also going to be very different. So we shall see. Like maybe this will be a whole lot easier, but I don't know. Once I turn on my playlist, like my playlist for this book, I'm like in the zone. I am in the vibes. Like I'm feeling it and I'm very excited. So guess what? I finished the first chapter. It expanded by the first chapter was 2,800 words and the second first chapter is like 3,200 words. So you do the math. Like I am someone who like, even though this draft like is long, I think this book is going to be definitely a lot longer than my first book because there's so much fucking going on. Let me finish my thought. I'm someone who like is a chronic underwriter. Like I also knew, especially in this book, because this book is set in Edinburgh and I wrote most of it before I'd been to Edinburgh. So I left a lot of things out. I'm not at that part yet. We're not even there yet. I just don't write a lot of descriptions, and then that's something that I do usually when I go back in. I'm mostly just like focused on propelling a scene when I'm like writing it the first time. I'm just like, what's the dialogue? What is like the action of the scene? Like what is moving it forward? And then I kind of, when I'm in my second drafting phase, I do go back and I'm like, okay, let's look around the room. Let's think about what everything looks like and what it's feeling like and whatever. That's that. I also am finally doing chapter titles. I didn't do chapter titles in my first draft, and I think I did the same thing in my first book where I went back in the second draft and did chapter titles. I have no idea. I don't remember. But I love chapter titles. I think they're so fun. So my first chapter now has a title. So now it's like chapter 1 and then title and then colon title. And then it is the next line. And the next line is the perspective name. So it's like M or W. Those are my perspectives. They're either W or M. Anyway, so I am done for the day. I wrote 3,200 words, which is fucking awesome. So I'm very happy with that. I'm happy with how things are going. I think I am. I know I was saying yesterday, I was like, I'm not sure where I'm gonna put all these notes that I wrote down. I think I'm gonna make a doc. That I can refer to while I'm writing rather than having my notebook. Also, just in case I ever like, this draft's gonna take me a while. Like if I'm ever like somewhere where I don't have my notebook, that would be criminal if I didn't have my notes. So need to have my notes. So I think I'm gonna type them up into a doc and like merge my draft 2 notes that I wrote while writing draft 1 and my draft 1 notes / draft 2 I'm just gonna merge the notes. I have to go record the podcast and do fun things like that, and I will check back in with you tomorrow when I'm writing again. Hello beautiful people. Welcome to the last day of this writing vlog because I will be writing tomorrow, but I am not vlogging it. I'm sorry if you feel like cheated, but it has been such a weird adjustment, like vlogging the experience of doing my rewrite, because like I have never done that before and it's very strange because like I feel like every time I vlog for a writing vlog, it's like all about word count, all about like progressing the story, and right now I'm like, it takes a long time. I'm really trying to make it better and it's just such a different thing. So anyway, we're gonna be working on chapter 2 today. That is my only goal for today. I had a football game this morning and I swear, like, it is so stupid that they make football games at 9 in the fucking morning. Like, I don't understand it. Like, it completely threw off my routine. While that was happening, I did condense like the notes I took while I was reading the first draft and the notes I wrote while I was writing the first draft, and I just put them into like a doc. Basically, it just goes chapter by chapter, different things I want to add, change, rewrite, stuff like that. I think the main thing, this is something I can say because it has nothing to do with the plot really. I want to introduce an animal sidekick, but I want one of them to have a pet because one of my characters is like such a Nick Nelson, like from Heartstopper. Like, I want you to know that like he is like Nick Nelson coded. And well, or is he a Charlie? Or is he a Charlie? And that is the real question. Actually, he's both of them. Anyway, he's just a sweet bean. And like when I think of sweet beans, I think of Heartstopper. Anyway, I also think of animal sidekicks and I want him to have a pet. And I didn't write a pet in the first draft for any of these characters. There's no pets in my first book either. I just think that they're like, pets are kind of like props in books. Like, I don't know, unless you have like a plot line with a pet, I can't really think of like why you would need an animal other than like it enhances the character. So maybe I should have it do something fun and funky at some point, but like right now I just need it to be in the story. So I named it. It's really cute. Oh my god, I have to figure out what type of dog it is. Literally, I'm not a dog person, but I'm like, it has to be a dog because like if it was a cat, it wouldn't make sense for the character, even though I like cats better. But anyway, so I'm adding an animal. I'm very excited. But anyway, I have to get writing anyway, so I will check in with you hopefully that I finish this chapter before the next football game because I have 4 hours. So I did a thing. I set up a NaNoWriMo page. If you want to follow me, this is my thing. We can be buddies. I have 300 messages. Don't look at that. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm doing NaNoWriMo. So I know I set up a NaNoWriMo page and like, am I doing NaNoWriMo? Like, I feel like I've been contemplating that for the last 3 days. And well, no, I've been contemplating that since November 1st. And this is like, I think the answer, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. The answer is I'm trying not to. That's the answer. The answer is I think I could, but I don't want to put another thing on my plate right now. I am applying to grad school. I'm in school currently first semester senior in college, and I'm like working on this book. So like I don't think it's good for me if I try to write 50,000 words this month. However, I was doing the math, and because I do my writing on the weekends, I do my schoolwork during the week, I have 3 days a week to do writing, and that's kind of just how I started that like last year. That's how I do writing in school. That's how I balance it. I'll make a video about it at some point. I calculated it and I was like, if I'm going the pace that I know I can go, which is like a chapter a day or like 3,000 or so words a day, then I'll end up at around 30,000 words. Now, how close is 30,000 to 50,000, you may ask? I think it's very close. Listen, I'm not gonna put the pressure on me to do the 50K, but I'm putting it into the universe. That I think I can maybe do nano this year. Here's why I would love to do nano this year. It is because I did nano and I completed nano the first time I ever completed it, and only time. The first and only time I completed NaNoWriMo was my senior year of high school. I don't think I did anything in high school. I gotta be so honest. I don't think I had any homework at all ever. Nonetheless, I was able to do my senior year of high school, apply to colleges. Like I was applying during that month of November. Applying to colleges, I got sick. I have vlogs on this. And I wrote a book in that month. And this time it's easier because I've already written the book and I'm just rewriting it. But I'm also committed to not working on this during the week because that is when I do schoolwork. So I think that the only way this is gonna get done is if I do more than 1 chapter a day on the days when I write, and then still keep my days for school because like I need to like not like forget about that because I'm a good student. I just kind of want to. Like, I think I could do it. I need to stop. I need to get back to my chapter. What I wanted to tell you is about my chapter that I'm working on right now. I'm working on chapter 2. I forgot that it starts in a dream sequence. I wrote this dream sequence and like I'm keeping it. Like right now I like it. Like I think it's fun. I think it's a fun way to start this perspective and like to differentiate perspectives, especially because like we get lots of hints as to like W's character. W is their initial. I don't know if I said that before. Like I don't know if that's like a no-no. Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't know if that's one of those like faux pas of writing, is like to start a scene, start a perspective, start a chapter in the imagined, in the dream. I like it. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna end up being a, like, I don't think I have like kill your darlings. I don't think I have darlings to kill. Like I think if someone was like, this dream sequence doesn't work, I'd be like, okay, I'll get rid of it. But like it's 900 words, but I like it because the idea of this dream sequence is that like we have an anxious main character and he's like ruminating in his dreams of like what could happen today, the day that the chapter starts on. And this is all like what could happen. And then when we get to like what actually happens, there's not a whole scene like this to like have a side-by-side comparison. It's just like this is like all the things that could have gone wrong that we were thinking about, and then no, it was fine. And that's like, you know, a couple sentences, but it's not like we have 900 words here, 900 words here of the same things happening. It's not like he fell down here and then he walked in, was fine, and tied his shoelaces here. It's not like that. So it's not given equal weight. And I kind of like that because like, again, it's just emphasizing more of the character of like what they're thinking about, and like also introducing more things about the character in the dream. And it's also like less monotonous. Like part of this perspective is like I am trying to make it so much less monotonous, and like I don't know what to do with like people that have a 9-to-5 job, and like I don't know how to describe that because like I think it sounds boring. Catch me having a 9-to-5 job at some point. But instead of describing that, I described all the ways it could go wrong, and then I don't describe all the ways it goes right because that's boring. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm currently liking, like I like the dream sequence. I like it. I think like it's quirky and it's very cinematic. Like the more I write, the more I realize how much I miss screenwriting. I don't miss but like the thing is I hated screenwriting except when it went well. But I definitely think I'm gonna do some screenwriting again at some point. I don't know. I just write like that. I just write like it's like this is the shot and like we're getting, you know, I see things like a movie when I'm writing. So I'm saying a bunch of nonsense. Is any of this like coming through? I'm not doing nano, but I might be. I will be vlogging because if I'm gonna be writing, I'm gonna be vlogging. I've decided. This is like a fun new thing. I added a new like divider, like scene divider. I don't know, I like them. I'm trying to find a new angle here at my desk, so bear with me. But I finished chapter 2. I'm 5,788 words into this draft. I'm 20 pages in. I'm not gonna start the next chapter. Because I don't want to like get halfway through it and then like not be able to finish it. However, I'm gonna write tomorrow, and I think the next chapter, it is 2,700 words. I'm gonna work on that tomorrow and call it a day because I have other stuff to do. Yeah, that is gonna wrap up this writing vlog. Kind of NaNoWriMo. Writing in November. National, I'm writing in November. Maybe I'll finish the book. Probably not. I have no need to finish this book anytime soon. That's the thing. Like, it doesn't matter. Anyway, that's all for this vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you're writing, how far are you into your projects, if you're doing NaNoWriMo. Let me know all that in the comments down below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to all the things, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!